Now next step is to authenticate the user and only allow the authenticated user to access the dashboard. So for this, we will go back to our pages and create some new pages. We'll create a login page, call it login.temple, and here we're just gonna call this login page. Going back to our dashboard, we'll create the X data for this page, and here we will define some value that will help us verify that if the user is authenticated or not. So since PocketBase will manage the authentication for us, we'll use that to handle if the user is authenticated or not. So we'll create a variable, for example, called auth, and this auth variable would have the pp.auth store value. Now that we have the value of auth store, we can then on X in it, we can check if the user is authenticated or not. So to do that, we will create an if statement. So we can say if not auth is valid. So if the authentication is not valid, we will simply load the login page. So we remove the user from this page. And here we can also have some content that will only be rendered if the user is authenticated. So we'd use the tag of template. This is the tag you could use with Alpine.js to have conditionally rendered content. So we can give it xif and we say if auth is valid. So if only the user have valid authentication, this content would be shown. And we could just simply write, for example, a message here. After we created this, we need to handle the login page render. So we go back to our main.go app, and here we just simply add a new route. So e.router.get request is made to the login route. We're going to return handler.render, and we're going to render the login page. Simply just like that. We hit save, we go back to layout, we hit save, and then we refresh our page. When we refresh the page, we go back to login page. So we can access the home page, but whenever we access the dashboard, we go back to the login page, as you can see from this simple text here. If we can go to the home page, it allows us to go to the home page. Go to the dashboard, it won't allow us, and will redirect us to the login page.